longest 25 minutes with. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Whitehall City Council meeting of February 16th, 2021. If we could, please, let's stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Aug, would you please call roll?
Bailey.
Present.
Rodriguez. Elmore.
Present.
Coniston.
Present.
Cantor.
Present.
Heck. Morrison.
Present.
President Potter.
Present.
Mr. President, I'd like to move to excuse the absent members.
Second. There's been a motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Mr. Cantor, to excuse the absent members. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey.
Yes.
Elmore.
Yes.
Coniston.
Yes.
Cantor.
Yes.
Morrison.
Yes. The absent members have been excused. At this time, I'll accept a motion for the approval of the minutes of the February 2nd, 2021 agenda and regular meeting minutes.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. Motion by Ms. Coniston, second by Mr. Cantor for the approval of the minutes. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey.
Yes.
Elmore.
Yes.
Coniston.
Yes.
Cantor.
Yes.
Morrison.
Yes. The minutes have been approved. This brings us to our first poll public of the evening, and there have been no poll public letters filed in the council office since our last meeting. We'll now move on to our standing committee reports. Administration and Financial Management, Chairperson Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. President. Administration and Financial Management did meet last Tuesday. We have several items to be introduced tonight. Our minutes are on file, and we will meet again next Tuesday sometime after 6:30.
Thank you. Community and Elder Advocacy, Chairperson Elmore.
Thank you, Mr. President. Community and Elder Advocacy did meet. Our minutes are on file. We will meet again next Tuesday, 6:30. Thank you.
Thank you. Community Standards and Enforcement, Chairperson Rodriguez is not with us this evening, and Mr. Cantor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Community Standards and Enforcement met last week. Our minutes are on file, and we'll meet again next week sometime after 6:30.
Thank you. Economic Development, Chairperson Morrison.
Thank you, Mr. President. Economic Development also met last week. Our minutes are on file, and we'll meet again next Tuesday sometime after 6:30.
Very good. Infrastructure, Maintenance, and Services, Chairperson Heck is not with us this evening, and Mr. Bailey will be presenting this report.
Sure. Infrastructure, Maintenance, and Services did meet last Tuesday. I think we have one item tonight to be introduced. Our minutes are on file, and they will meet again next Tuesday sometime after 6:30.
Thank you. Public Safety, Chairperson Coniston.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public Safety met last week. Our minutes are on file, and we'll meet again sometime after 6:30 Tuesday.
Very good. And Parks and Recreation, Chairperson Cantor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Parks and Recreation met last week. Our minutes are on file. We'll meet again next week in the back, so right here after 6:30.
Okay, thank you. It's now time for the officials' reports. Mayor Kim Maggard. Mayor, are you with us?
Yes, I'm on.
Okay, did you have a report for us this evening?
Yes, I have a report. I would like to have council's favorable consideration of Ordinance 10/2021 regarding supplemental appropriation to the Street Department Maintenance and Repair Fund. We need a new street sign maker, and ours broke, and we need it pretty quick. So just asking for favorable consideration. Also, I'm asking for favorable consideration on resolution number 5/2021. What this grant is basically for our police officers to go out to do community policing, basically to use like in the park during summertime to ensure safety in the park. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. City Attorney Bivens, are you with us this evening? I take it he is not. City Auditor Miller, are you with us this evening? I'll take that for a no. Director of Development and Public Service is not with us this evening. Director of Public Safety, Van Greg, is not with us this evening. And Treasurer Steve Quinzel is not with us this evening. The following official reports have been filed in the council office since the last meeting. And these would include the Auditor's Expense Report for January 2021, the Auditor's Bank Report for January 2021, the Auditor's Statement of Cash Position Report for January 2021, the Auditor's Revenue Report for January 2021, the Treasurer's Investment Report for January 2021, the Treasurer's Activity Fund by Fund Report for January 2021, the Treasurer's Fund Reconciliation Report for January 2021, the Mayor's Report to Council for January 2021, and finally, the City Attorney's Resident Report for January 2021. Under Communications, Petitions, and Claims, we've got no communications or claims that were filed. At this time, Ms. Aug, would you please call roll as to whether each member of council was given a copy of each item of legislation listed on the agenda prior to the meeting and including any add-on legislation?
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
Thank you. Under third reading, we've got no legislation tonight. Second reading, we've got no legislation to cite tonight. Under first reading, we have several items. First one being Ordinance 6, 2021, approving and making an appropriation in the amount of $253,174.90 from the Community Development Trust Fund, 550, to various expense accounts in the Community Development Trust Fund and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce Ordinance 6, 2021, and move for a suspension of rules.
Second.
Mr. Bailey has introduced Ordinance 6, 2021, and requested suspension of all rules. It was seconded by Mr. Morrison. Any discussion on the motion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt.
Second.
Motion to adopt by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Mr. Morrison. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
Ordinance 6, 2021 has been adopted. Ordinance 7, 2021, authorizing and approving a fund transfer in the amount of $180,000 from unappropriated monies in the General Fund 101, the Accrued Benefit Reserve Fund 505, authorizing and approving a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $180,000 from the Accrued Benefit Reserve Fund 505 to the Accrued Benefit Reserve Expense Account 505.000.51,000 and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce Ordinance 7, 2021, and move for a suspension of rules.
Second.
Ordinance 7, 2021 has been introduced by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Ms. Coniston, with the request to suspend all rules. Any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion to adopt by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Ms. Coniston. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
Ordinance 7, 2021 has been adopted. Ordinance 8, 2021, approving and making appropriation of $311,683.72 from unappropriated monies in Municipal Fiber Project Fund 320 to Municipal Fiber Project Expense Account 320.000.50,000 and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce Ordinance 8, 2020, and move for suspension of rules.
Second.
Been a motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Mr. Morrison, to introduce ordinance 8, 2021, and suspend all rules. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
yes,
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion to adopt by Mr. Bailey, second by Mr. Morrison. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
yes,
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
Ordinance 8, 2021 has been adopted. Ordinance 9, 2021, approving and making a supplemental appropriation of $18,500 from unappropriated monies in the Wim Petty Fund 279, the main yearling incentive account 279-000-50,001, making a fund transfer in the amount of $18,500 from the main yearling incentive account 279-000-50,001 to the Capital Improvement Project Fund 311, making an appropriation of $18,500 from the Capital Improvement Project Fund 311 to the Capital Improvement Expense Account 311-000-54,000 and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, wish to introduce ordinance 9, 2021, and move for the suspension of all rules.
Second.
Mr. Morrison has introduced ordinance 9, 2021, seconded by Ms. Coniston, requesting suspension of all rules. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
yes,
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
No.
Morrison?
Yes.
With only 4 votes, the rules were not suspended, so this will then move to second reading next week. Ordinance 10, 2021, authorizing and approving a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $50,000 from the unappropriated monies in the 201 Street Maintenance and Repair Fund to the 201.000.53,000 New Equipment Expense Account and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce ordinance 10, 2021, and move for the suspension of the rules, please.
Second.
Mr. Cantor has introduced ordinance 10, 2021, second by Mr. Morrison, with a request to suspend all rules. Any discussion on the motion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
yes,
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adopt, please.
Second.
A motion to adopt by Mr. Cantor, second by Mr. Morrison. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
yes,
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
Ordinance 10, 2021 has been adopted. Resolution 4, 2021, resolving to approve then and now certificates and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce Resolution 4, 2021, move for suspension of rules.
second,
Resolution 4, 2021 has been introduced by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Ms. Elmore, with a request to suspend all rules. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
yes,
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt.
second,
Motion to adopt by Mr. Bailey, seconded by Ms. Elmore. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
yes,
Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
Resolution 4, 2021 has been adopted. Resolution 5, 2021, authorizing the mayor to apply for and accept the Federal Justice Assistance Grant and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, I'd like to introduce Resolution 5, 2021, and move for the suspension of all rules.
Second.
Resolution 5, 2021 has been introduced by Ms. Coniston, seconded by Mr. Cantor, with a request to suspend rules. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore?
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Morrison.
Yes.
The rules have been suspended.
Move to adopt?
Second?
Motion to adopt by Ms. Coniston, second by Mr. Cantor. Any discussion? Ms. Aug, please call roll.
Bailey,
Yes.
Elmore,
Yes.
Coniston,
Yes.
Cantor,
Yes.
Morrison.
Yes.
Resolution 5/2021 has been adopted. Brings us to our second poll public, and just as with the first, we had nothing filed in council office, which now brings us to community date board.
I can let you know this. The Whitehall Community Celebration Association has a call into the Easter Bunny. Now, what will happen from this, I'm not sure. Details to follow.
All right, you've got us intrigued.
See?
Does anybody else have anything for community date board? At this time, I will move
I
to,
do.
oh, thank you.
Just want everybody to remember that February is Heart Health Month. Do something from the heart, for the heart, from the heart, and there are 5 ways to do that. You can donate, you can give an item away, you can help somebody to stop smoking, you can dedicate one day to exercising, and that will help. Just take care of your heart. The other thing is Reimagine Transit. They are having meetings. You can go to the Whitehall website for that. Just remember that vaccine administration locations are on the website as well. And Columbus Metropolitan Library is having a Speak Up, Speak Out series. It's a conversation about race, and they're doing that now. The State of the City address, March 18th, Thursday at 6:30, and it will be virtual, so you need to register. And also calling Ohio growers for market on the green. Parks and Rec looking for Ohio growers and makers to kick off the inaugural year for the farmers market. And that's going to be located at North Crossing Development. So plan on urban market complemented by music and fun.
What's the date of that again?
This is on the calendar as well. Calling food truck and market-based vendors. July 31st, 2021, we are in line to do the food truck festival, hoping everything happens okay for the summer, and so that's the direction we're moving and the calling interest now. And I believe that was it.
Okay, thank you very much. This time, poll of council. Mr. Bailey.
I have no comments tonight, Mr. President, thanks.
Thank you. Ms. Coniston. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Elmore. Lori?
Hello?
Yes, we're polling council.
Council, I'm sorry. I thought, full council, okay. This is February, again, Black History Month, and wanted to recognize the EP Board business. They were here in Whitehall. It has been since 1881 that it was known then as the Ward Transfer Line, and now it is EP Ward. They're actually the oldest African-American business in the country, and the U.S. Department of Commerce, and it's noted also in 2003 congressional record. So that's the only business that used to come through Whitehall that was an underground railroad helping slaves escape from bondage to freedom. The other note is that is that in 2021, the United States elected the first African-American Asian Vice President, Kamala Harris. In the years of the birth of the United States, 235 years, this is the first time that they have been elected, and so that's just another indicator. And that's it, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, and I don't know if folks had a chance to read, there's a very nice article in the paper about E. Ward. I don't know if it was on the weekend paper or not, but it was quite interesting. Now, Ms. Coniston.
Thank you. I would just like to thank everybody for watching and get your vaccines when they're available for you.
Mr. Cantor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thanks for watching. Be safe. That's all I have.
And Mr. Morrison.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also would like to thank everyone for watching. Ask everyone to be safe. You have a lot of bad weather out there, so don't stay out too long. Also would like to comment on the fiasco of last week's meeting. I myself was a little irritated, and I think it showed, and the reason for that was the lack of communication with council. We received an email just a few days before telling us what was going on. We hadn't had a discussion on virtual meetings for months. There has been some council members that has expressed wanting to do so. I have no issues with that. That could have been handled in a more civil manner had we had proper notice and proper discussion here at this council rather than an email one day saying, this is what we're doing, people. I don't like that. This is not a one-man band. There are 8 people that sit up here, and all 8 of us should be included on any discussions that affect this entire council. It's happened in the past, and I don't like it, and I don't want to see it again. I expect to be informed as to what involves this council. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison, and I'll quickly dovetail on that. I had that meeting on Thursday, and I communicated via email directly afterwards, and just so you know, Larry, my phone goes both ways. I don't recall getting a call from you to discuss that. That would have been nice.
It would have been nice to have a discussion prior to. That's my point.
Larry, I'm talking now.
Mr. Potter, I know you're talking, but you're making points that is invalid. You're trying to put it back on me when it's your responsibility to inform us. If you have something going on that's going to affect this entire body, it's your responsibility to inform us prior to in a meeting.
And that's exactly what I did via the email.
Did not.
Very well. Other than that, I've got no further comments this evening. And
I'm tired of it.
Second.
Bob, motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Mr. Mr. Cantor. Any discussion? We are adjourned at 7:22.
You got to take a roll call.
I'm sorry, yes. Julie, please.
Bailey?
Yes.
Elmore? Coniston?
Yes.
Cantor?
Yes.
Morrison?
Yes.
We are adjourned at 7:22.